Hello everybody, it's The Last Raider, and we are back with another video, and we are here in Kickstarter today, because Kickstarter hired a new, I don't know what this is, an outreach consultant. I don't know why you need someone like this in a company. If your product is good and it's making money, why do you need someone to come in? It's like a city administrator. You hire this person to do something, and they pretty much fuck a whole bunch. They're all right for like a day, and then they fuck a whole bunch of stuff up, and then we got to get rid of this person now. But anyway, the problem that we've got going on right now is this person, Jamala Roser. Please don't go talk to this woman. And you probably can't even talk to her anyway because you're probably blocked. But they have come in here into Kickstarter. Now, mind you, this is a person who's supposed to be customer service. Okay, they're supposed to talk to customers, outreach, and get more people to buy. How are you supposed to get more people to buy things from your company if your outreach person or customer service has just blocked, chained everybody on Twitter practically? The concept of this is basically, imagine customer service, but when you walk in there, it says anyone who speaks to customer service will be arrested. And if customer service don't want to talk to you, well, then you don't get the benefit of customer service. It's not customer service at this point. It's gatekeeping. And Kickstarter, this is not something new, because Kickstarter, at one point in time, your boy Zach, the patron saint of Comicsgate, Ethan would be the king of Comicsgate. Richard Myers is basically the patron saint of Comicsgate because he is the first. He is the man that went out there and he was trying everywhere to get an independent comic book going. And he pretty much pioneered a market that now everyone else is taking advantage of, which was go to a crowdfunding site, put your book up there, have the customers buy and support the book first, then send them their product, and then tell them, hey, guess what? We're doing another product on Indiegogo. And by doing this, he cut a lot of middleman management that DC and Marvel has completely out, nearly 80%. One of the reasons that, and this comes down to one of the reasons that, that other people like John Malin and many others, John Malin, who did the book, I believe, well, not sure. I know he was the artist for the first Jawbreakers, for the first book. The second one, there's another one in there. Your boy Zach was the artist, but the first one was Lost Souls, where they fight the big ape. And that one was all John Malin, I believe. And a lot of the guys that are now who are now making independent comics will not use Kickstarter, because when your boy Zach started, he started his book on Kickstarter because Kickstarter was the big one at the time. And then someone in Kickstarter didn't like his politics, and so they gatekeeped him out of the entire deal. Mind you, Richard Myers was there because, or your boy Zach was in Kickstarter because he tried to go it through it the traditional way with Antarctic Press and everything, and Mark Waid basically went in there and killed his entire book in an attempt to, shut it down before it could go anywhere. Because your boy Zach had been outwardly speaking against what the comics industry was doing, being super political, basically becoming propaganda, making unrealistic expectations of what women were, affecting body types, making heroes look less and less heroic, and acting, and just inserting serious levels of politics to the point where it's turning people off and killing the industry. As usual, people didn't like it. And so Mark Waid went and got him off Antarctic Press. And so your boy Zach went to Kickstarter, and Kickstarter said, oh, we have the same politics as Mark Waid, therefore you are being kicked off of Kickstarter. So a lot of people who start comics who may have said something about Marvel or DC in the past doing something they didn't like, exercising their First Amendment, do not want to use Kickstarter, because that simple exercising of their First Amendment right, they could get on Kickstarter, start something going, make some financial commitments, and then find themselves kicked out of the system and not having access to the money, and have all the money refunded back, and suddenly your finances are gone. So people started going to Indiegogo. Now, this here doesn't bode well at all, because it's basically showing that Kickstarter is only there for what you would call approved artists. approved creators. They want to know your politics before you come in, and so this is, in my opinion, a vetting process. If Jamala Rouser is, and mind you, I don't even know who this woman is, honestly. I really don't know who this woman is. But she is apparently set up her Twitter account, and this is one of the main ways you can get a hold of her, is her Twitter account. That's how social media works. It's supposed to connect people. Amazingly, it's creating more dividing lines than it's actually connecting because of the way it's being run. But she has now set her entire account to private, and she has also blocked a ton of people who didn't even know who she was. Mind you, this was all found out. I found out about this last night when I saw that Star Wars girl mention this, and I'm looking through it, I'm like, who the fuck is this chick? Because I've never seen her before. I never heard of this woman before. Now we all know who she is. This attempt to try and, get in here and prevent herself from having difficulty, now a whole lot of people know who she is. I doubt she'll stay there very long, because this Kickstarter, at the end of the day, Kickstarter has to make money in order to survive. Their biggest competitor is Indiegogo, and Indiegogo is the comic place right now. You want to make an independent comic book, it's Indiegogo, and that'll stay that way until Indiegogo F's up. But this nonsense here just shows, if you don't have the proper politics, is if you don't hate the right people, basically those are not against the Nazi regime of the Kickstarter, then the Kickstarter, which is the supremacist group, not part of the group, I mean the approved groups, then off to the gas chambers with you. And this is the reaction that Kickstarter is now having towards new creators, and it doesn't help, because when you're doing a company, when you're doing a business, and I've said this plenty of times, SJWs have never started a business. They were never made to go outside and do a lemonade stand. Dad never said go outside and pick up sticks. Because if they had done work like that, and they understood how work operates, mind you, a lot of these are kids taught in there, and they're taught that capitalism is the same as corporatism, which we have now in this country. Corporatism is completely different from capitalism, and that's a rabbit hole I don't need to go down right now. But basically, they don't understand the concept of, if you do a business, you take what you can get. Okay, you go in, you justify everything honestly, but if you miss anything that you could justifiably make money off of, then you have screwed yourselves. This includes customers. A carpenter, a guy who's been doing this, mind you, I've been doing carpentry for years. We do not go out there and say, this guy has these politics. We've worked for liberals. The only time we have ever had a problem with someone that we've had to quit is because their politics got to the point where they finally told us, we can't have you in our house working on it, even though you are willing to work and you're doing a good job. We've actually been sitting there. I've actually been kicked off of jobs recently where the person said, you're doing a great job and all, but we can't handle someone who may have voted for Trump, so we need you to leave. And annulled all contracts and everything else. And we're like, you know what? Fine. You don't want us here. You've already admitted that we're doing a good job. Because my employer, he goes, well, all right. And we'll be going down the road. I'm like, so, well, there's a job. He said, they admitted that we were doing a good job. They don't want quality. They want someone that has the same political leanings. Mind you, we have a strict no politics policy on the job. We don't talk about politics at all because we understand that we're in someone else's house and we respect the property rights of that individual. These people do not. Anyway, tell me what y'all think in the comments. Personally, if I do a project, I'm trying to get one started right now in the creative writing process. It's like the very minimal. We've got the stone, but we're just chipping away at it right now, trying to see what's underneath all of the excess marble. But tell me what y'all think about all this, with the way Kickstarter is going. I don't think they'll be around for much longer because I don't think they can continue this nonsense of picking and choosing who they want to be winners. Ultimately, it kind of comes down to, it's just a bunch of political activists who only want their propaganda out there because they know that if their propaganda for usually it comes down to socialism, whatever, and whatever other bullcrap they're throwing, is not palatable to people very much. And they think that if they're the only game in town, people will suddenly want to buy it. So they have to go in and screw over everyone else. Anyway, tell me what y'all think in the comments. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you're new, hit the bell for notification. And as always, stay safe, stay frosty. See you guys next video. Bye-bye now.